Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of the Worthiness Codes. I'm your host, Jaclyn Francis. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to be in this space with you. The Worthiness Codes is all about conscious conversations, helping you reclaim your inner power and divine worthiness. And I am sitting here in a space post-medicine ceremony a few days after, currently integrating. I decided to throw away the next 2 episodes that I had lined up because they no longer are in alignment with where I'm at. And I feel like it's very important for me to be authentic with what I am putting out there and with where I'm at on my journey. I did a medicine ceremony on Saturday, and it was the most challenging thing I have ever done in my life. But it was so powerful and so beautiful as well. I am sitting here today with my heart cracked wide open, wider than it's ever been open before. The amount of love that I have in my body is on a whole other level. And the recognition of my light is so profound. And I'm sharing this with you because my prayer is that you're able to understand that you have just the same amount of love within you, that you have just the same amount of light within you, and you are just as capable of recognizing, remembering, and reclaiming that. And my journey was really difficult to get back into that place. Without sharing too much, because I want to keep the experience sacred to the ceremony and leave the majority of it there. But I felt the pain of the collective. I felt the pain that lives within myself, within ancestral lineages of my own and people in the circle. It was a lot. I felt a lot of suffering. I felt a lot of pain. I felt a lot of those darker aspects on a collective level, and it was really difficult to move through. But the most challenging part was to let go of all of that and come back into my heart, to allow my mind to become quiet, to make it back into this being that I am, this light being that I am. And once I did, it was this revelation in a sense, like, no, yes, I am powerful, okay? We're all powerful, but we are all light, and we all have light within us, and we are in charge of fully embodying that light. We are in charge of allowing that light to take over our entire being, to give our bodies permission, to let them know that they are safe, to feel the love that we have, to feel the light that we are. It's really difficult. And I felt it in my ceremony on a collective level, how difficult it is for humans to understand that because of traumas that we go through, because of upbringings that we have, situations that, aren't in the light, right? We have these old stories that we become attached to that basically let our light diminish. But once we can acknowledge that those experiences, yes, they are a part of us and they've gotten us to where we are today, and that is beautiful. But once we can acknowledge that we have the power to simply allow those old stories to go, right? Because they are part of the past, and the past is just an energy. The only thing that matters is the present. Once we understand that, then we can really feel into who we are through the lens of light. And we came here as light beings upon our first breath that we took out of the womb. It was putting the light into our bodies. And a really, really simple way to do this is through having a self-love practice. This is something that I've been practicing for, I want to say, a couple months, which is crazy because I've been practicing self-care for the majority of my life. I have a spiritual practice for, a decade or so now, a meditation practice, a fitness, a workout practice, right? We all do those things. But I guarantee you the amount of people that are listening, that the majority don't have a self-love practice. You might even be saying, like, what is a self-love practice? And it's the most simple thing to do, but we don't think to do it because if you're anything like me, which I'm sure a lot of you are, especially as women, we're such nurturing souls. It's so easy for us to just pour love into other people, especially if we're in a relationship, to give all of our love. But to give that love back to ourselves is like never really happens. So something that I do, that I invite you to do on your own, to really help you remember the light that you hold within, to help your heart soften, to expand, to really drop into your body, to know that you are safe in this body, is sitting with yourself. And this can be upon waking up, lying in bed. This can be in your meditation practice at the end of it. Simply just closing your eyes and holding yourself and like physically touching yourself in a non-sexual way, just like a warm embrace, all areas of your body, saying, I love you. You are so beautiful. I am so grateful for you. You are joy. You are rich. You are healthy, right? All of these high vibrational feelings, affirmations, and it's not just saying it. This is very different from just looking in the mirror and saying these things into the mirror. You're actually feeling, and your hands are incredibly powerful ways to amplify energy. So by touching yourself when you're feeling all of this energy and saying it out loud, like you are really giving that back to you. And the more that you do this, and if you find it silly, like you can laugh, it's okay, but it shouldn't be difficult. And I know it can be for some people, and because you have to really believe that you love yourself. And yeah, that can be hard. If you've gone through shit in your life, if you've been told that, you're anything but love, of course it's going to be hard, but this is a really beautiful place to start. Because as long as you start believing it, because you are it, you are love, you are light, your body begins to open up to it. And our bodies, especially as women, probably don't feel safe to fully receive, to fully embody the amount of love, the amount of light that we hold as beings. Because just in general, women don't feel safe. And if you've gone through things in your life where your body has had an experience that has taken you out of your safety, it can be really hard for your body to be comfortable in this energy. And that's why it's so easy for us to hold on to those old stories, those traumas, those identities that strip us away from our light. But no more of that, because that is not serving you. So allowing your body to be safe, telling your body that she is safe, is a really important part to this practice, because she is safe. She is safe to hold the light that you are. She is safe to embody the love that you have flowing through your entire being. Your heart is safe to soften. If you're anything like me, I came into this world with a pure heart. Obviously, we all do. But what I mean is, I put such walls up around my heart, and I was a pretty hard person the majority of my life. That's just the way I was, and that's a lot of ego as well. But there's just been a lot of walls built up around my heart. And I have lived a very beautiful life that I am very grateful of. Of course, I've had things happen to me that, build those walls like we all do. But it was through this recent journey where my heart had its great crumbling. And through its great crumbling, through the cracks, through it completely shattering and unbecoming, I was able to build it up in a way that was soft, that was open, that didn't have walls anymore. And my heart right now, it feels like it's so vulnerable. Like even just touching it right now after the ceremony, like it's still like there's still, it's almost like after a workout class when your muscles are like sore to the touch. That's how my heart feels because of how expanded it was. But that's what happens. It's you allow yourself to soften, and like literally on a cellular level, on an energetic level, like all of these things are changing within you. I'm not sitting here just saying softening as a descriptive word that doesn't have any meaning to it. Like there's actually meaning behind it because there are changes that happen on a physical level within your being when you begin to allow yourself to really change. You have the power to allow yourself to really change. And that's magical. That's an alchemist right there. When your cells begin to change within you, inside of you, that's alchemy. And you're doing that all by allowing light to come back online, by remembering that you are this divine soul, and knowing that you are worthy of love, and the love starts from within. And I'm sitting here and I honestly have no idea what this episode is even about. I just felt very called to sharing this with you, and I think it's more so of a prayer. I feel like the intention behind this episode is a prayer to allow anyone who is listening to get this invitation, to send this invitation to you that it's okay to be safe in your body, to come back to your light, to feel the love. Because once you do, I promise you, your life is going to change. The way you look at life, the way you move through life, the things that you start to receive, especially if you're single. Oh, especially if you're single. Finding that love that you hold for yourself from within and remembering that, and like actively every day practicing self-love only allows more spaciousness for your partner to pour that love back to you, because he's a mirror for you, right? It's oftentimes we have these partners in our life that don't know how to love us properly because we don't know how to love ourselves. And we usually blame it on the other person. But it's not 100% their fault, right? If they're a mirror for us, we don't fully love ourselves. We're just receiving the amount of love that they're capable of, that our bodies are capable of receiving. So when you can fully love yourself, when you understand your self-worth, when you are okay being on your own, being with yourself, and like not just being okay, but being happy with yourself, that is when you will receive a partner who is everything that you've ever wanted, right? It's because he's going to mirror all of these aspects back to you. And we don't do these things to receive a partner. We do these things to become more in alignment with ourself and with our soul. But it's always fun to just know what we are capable of receiving when we get to this place. So just know, no matter what you've been through in life, no matter what you've been through in life, it doesn't have to be your story anymore. You don't have to be attached to it. You can let it go. And you can come back home to your heart, to remember the love that you have, to remember the light that you are, and to live from that place, to be in that place, to create from that place, to understand your power is in that place. Your self-worth is in that place. Everything you receive is in that place. Your desires, your manifestations come from that place of love, of light. And the more you feel it, the more you allow it to be alive inside of you and take over your entire being, the more amplified your outside world becomes through that lens of love, through that lens of light, through that lens of joy, right? Life is going to be filling your cup back up with all of those energies, because that is what you are. That is everything that you are. And you're finally allowing yourself to feel safe being in that energy. And it's so beautiful. So my prayer for everyone listening is to allow yourself to just be the light being that you are. Allow yourself to feel the love that you are. Allow yourself to give that love back to you, to start practicing a self-love practice. Every single day, feel your body, move your body from a place of love, from a place of pleasure, from a place of bliss, of joy. You came here to experience life through joy and come back home to our hearts and live in a place of love, because you are love, you are light, and that's exactly what you deserve. I love you so much, so much. And if you ever need anything, this is truly an invitation for those listening who might be struggling with something or might not really understand how to come back home to their light. Please send me a DM on Instagram, like reach out, and I will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. But you are worthy of being in this place that I have recently gotten to. And I pray that you do, because you're worth it and you have the power to. It all lies within you. Next week will be a really beautiful meditation and transmission. I can already feel it. I can already feel it coming through. So that will be helpful too, to help you anchor into all of that yumminess that is within. So I love you. I love you. I love you. Until next time. Bye.